Boy, do I need a shave. So you know what? It's the perfect time to try out another As Seen on TV product. This is called the Microtouch Solo Titanium Trim, and you can use it to shave, to edge, and even groom. Huh, that sounds cool. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly As Seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at this Microtouch Solo Titanium Trim, brand new, and see if it's any good. Here's my Microtouch Solo Titanium Trim. Let's do a quick unboxing. Take off this outer plastic. You can see that I have my directions right here. I've got a cleaning brush, 3 different heads, what looks like my charging cable. Now this is user specific, so it's a proprietary charger, so make sure you don't lose your charger. It looks like in here I have a cap to the razor and then my razor itself, and that looks pretty sweet. Down here on the bottom we have our charging port, and up here on the top, I don't know if you can see, let me get a focus. There we go. You see how it says Solo? That's pretty cool. Here's an on-off button. Ooh. Actually, the on-off button's on this side. This is just a light. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the directions, charge it up, and test it out. First things first, they tell us to charge the unit. The directions tell us that it takes 4 hours to completely charge, and this light will be red when it's charging, and it will turn off. The light will turn off altogether when it's done charging, and when it has a full battery, you get about 40 minutes of use. So I'm going to come back when this is fully charged. I really think it's cool how it says Solo right there. All right, so when this is charging, I'm just going to make sure that the blade cover's on, therefore I don't damage the blade or anything else. All right, our light has gone off. Let's go trim, edge, and groom. So the directions tell us that we can either use the top part of the blade here or the bottom blade, but not the part in the middle. Each of them cut. You can either go down or up. When you're using one of these pieces, you're supposed to go with the direction of the teeth. So right now, I'm just going to try to trim some of this area right here that's overgrown. So what I notice is it does not take it down to a smooth surface. It's more like a stubble surface right now. From time to time, I did feel as though the hair was being pulled out, but if you don't mind that 5 o'clock shadow look, this might be decent. So tell me, what are your thoughts of the Microtouch Solo Titanium Trim? Is this something that you would use? Have you used it? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. The first guard I chose was the 5mm guard. As you can see, it's going down, so I want to shave down in the direction of the guard teeth. Now this may be too large for the hair that I have in my beard now, so if I have to, I will go down to a shorter guard. Hardly anything was coming off, so I switched to the 3mm guard. I'm actually pretty impressed with the way this cuts. Definitely a lot easier than how I typically cut my beard, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to continue trimming. I do like the light on here, although sometimes on the camera I noticed you couldn't really tell what I was doing, but at least for me, I can see everything around where I want to shave. So for me, it's kind of convenient. Although it does shave down, you do get left with this stubble. It is not close to the skin like a typical razor would be. This is what came off when I shaved. Now to clean this up before my wife finds out. Perfectly clean. Putting on the guards is pretty easy. I just hold it by here, slide it in like this, and snap. Therefore, it's on. And they do go either way. So if you wanted to have it go the other direction, you can do that as well, just depending on how you are comfortable with shaving. I will say they recommend replacing this blade every 3 to 4 months or when you need it. And so you just push up on that yellow like I did, and it reveals the top part. So when you get your new blade, you actually just go back, make sure this lines up in the middle, and you hear that little clip. In this video, we were looking at the Microtouch Solo Titanium Trim. So what did I think of it? Well, let's talk about the pros. Those guards, I really like how quick and easy and convenient it is to shave down my beard in a uniform way. Man, that's so much quicker and easier than the typical method that I use, and I really like that. I didn't necessarily mind the blade part as it shaved down here, but like I said, it leaves you more of a 5 o'clock shadow, and I prefer a really close shave. But if you like that 5 o'clock shadow look, man, this is something that you're gonna love. For me, I would probably throw this in the camper because a lot of times when you're camping, you don't have access to shaving cream, or maybe you don't want to have access to all that stuff and make a mess, so I can just shave up real quick and a nice, even trim. What I didn't like, man, that 4 hours of charging, that was really, really frustrating, really. And plus the proprietary charger that they use, I would have much rather a USB-C or a USB charger. Therefore, if you lose your charger, you can actually still use it. Now, I did say once you have it fully charged, you get about 40 minutes of use. And for me, that's about 3 days. And so if you don't charge it on that 3rd day, well, the 4th day, it's not going to work. And that's a little frustrating. Anyway, if this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. I'll also leave a link where you can purchase additional blades. Remember they said replace it every 3 to 4 months. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for you. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. If need be, you can use this little brush to clean it off, although I do find, just like with the other razors, these brushes get stuck in the teeth depending on which direction you go, but it does clean off these little pieces. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Microtouch Solo Titanium Trim. You know what's funny? About 2 years ago, I reviewed the earlier model to this, and I went back and reviewed that video, and my beard was so much darker, not as much gray. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link that review right up here. But if you've already seen that, I used to charge this my Bell & Howell swivel power, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link that review right up here. So I would love it if you would click on one of those links. And by the magic of the internet, when you click here or here, I'm gonna join you at that review. So go ahead, click one, they're safe, I promise.